Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Kel Myrick with the easiestbusiness.com. Today I want to talk to you about a crucial topic in the commercial painting world, and it's going to be how to budget labor hours for a project. This is a way that I used to use all the time when I would double check my numbers on my jobs. If you're not feeling very confident about your bid, this is a good way to check it. So let's go with a $25,000 contract value. Let's say you just bid a job, you land it 25 G's even. That's just for easy math. Let's say you want to make a 50% profit margin on your labor, which is good. This is based on a $25 an hour lead guy. Those numbers may, we're in 2022, so those numbers may eventually be obsolete. You know, pay is getting higher and higher right now, so it's kind of crazy. But these are just based off $25 an hour rather. So what you want to do is multiply that by 2, which seems crazy. It's like 100%, but that's really only a 50% profit margin. Half of that number being 50% is profit. 25% is an expense on your books. So $25 an hour at 50% is $50 an hour. You always want to be making at least 50% on your money when it comes to labor, and for material 15%. Pretty standard stuff. So a $25 a gallon Promar 200 or equivalent paint, you would be charging $32.50 a gallon to the client that you're painting for. So with those numbers in mind, we're going to work this on a 60-40 split, 60% being labor. That's going to be your biggest cost usually in paint because your material is so cheap, which leaves 40% for material. So how exactly do we budget this? And obviously you can decide if this is not right for you. If your labor cost is 70, your materials are 30% usually, you can tailor this to you, but you need to figure that out. Maybe it's 50-50. Maybe labor is only 30%, material 70% if you do concrete or mechanical work, HVAC, something like that. I'm not sure about those margins. I'm just throwing stuff against the wall to see what sticks. But for a 60% labor, what you're going to want to do is take your 25,000, times it by 0.6 to get 60%. That means you have $15,000 in your budget for labor cost, and not even really 15,000, but I'll explain that later. 15,000 is what you have in this contract for labor. So easy math tells us that gives us $10,000 for material for this contract. But just for the video's sake, I'll do the math just to show you it still checks out. So we're going to go back to that original $25,000 times it by 0.4 instead of 0.6 this time, because we just moved the 0 to get our percentages. Move the decimal rather. So times 0.4 is 10,000, and that's exactly what I have here. So yeah, 15,000 for labor, 10,000 for material. So the best way to double check this is, let's say you're paying $25 a gallon for Promar 200, you're charging $32.50. So if you want to keep these margins here, what you're going to do is take 10,000, your budget, you're going to divide it by $32.50. That leaves you with divided by $32.50 a gallon. That leaves you with 307 gallons that you can buy for this project total and still make your 15% margins, because we have the excess numbers built in here to the $32.50. We have the markup built in here, so we divide by the marked up number to leave that cushion on the material. And then we're going to do the same thing with the labor here. So your labor is going to be $50 an hour, right? So we're going to divide this by $50 an hour. Sorry, I'm getting a little crunched here. 15,000 divided by $50 an hour is 300 hours. So you have 300 man hours devoted to this job before you start going into your profits, before you start negatively affecting your business and not getting these numbers. So these numbers, if you go over this, these numbers will begin to decrease. So 300 man hours. What I like to do is I like to look at it in like people, by week. So if you want to do a standard 40-hour work week, if that's what you guys do at your company, let's say you want to put 5 people on this job. So 5 people times 40 hours a week is what? 200 hours. So divide 300 by 200, 1.5. So if you wanted to put 5 people on this job, you would have 1.5 weeks to get it done before you would start eating into the company's profits, right? Because that contract value is not going to change. Once you agree to that contract value, they got you locked in unless there's something that they ask you to paint while you're on site that you need a change order for, or an extra work ticket that wasn't in the original contract. So you're bound by that number. That's all you're getting. And you have 1.5 weeks if you have 5 people on the job working 40 hours a week. You can tweak these numbers any way you want to. I just did these numbers for simple math, but I really hope that helped you guys out. Use these formulas, and I promise when you're looking at a job, you go to bid it, before you send it off, double check against this. Look at it. There's got to be some judgment. You can use these formulas. You can look at the numbers on your square footage prices, and you can still lose money, because we know in construction anything can happen, anything can come up. Mistakes are made. Employees aren't perfect, things like that. We don't bid perfectly. We miss some stuff every now and then, but this will give you the best chance. This will lower your risk by running your bid numbers against your labor hours and material formulas here, and this will give you the best chance of success. So I hope this video helps somebody out. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought. I'm having somebody revamp the website here in the next few weeks. I'm really going to start pushing forward, and I'm going to have my course coming out. It will be for sale, but it's going to be a really in-depth course on how to read commercial blueprints for painters and finishers. So this could also apply to drywallers, but it's not really going to be drywall centered. But if you want to learn how to read finish schedules, door schedules, specifications, do wallpaper takeoffs, anything like that, it's all going to be covered in that all-inclusive guide. So subscribe to the channel, leave me a like, let me know what you thought.